I'm trying to serve sexy school teacher. So let me put on my glasses because I want to look smart. And you know, that teacher. Okay. Not for my students, but for somebody else. Y'all know what I mean. You know, not for the students, but for somebody else. All right. So anyway, I'm sorry. I just felt like doing that. We are doing the good blind buys. Time for blind buys, the good, the bad, and the mad. Now, of course, this is my volume 16, but this is on a new channel. So we're going to say volume 16, but it's the new, hey, this is a new channel. So let's get to it. I got a bunch, as always. All right, so we're going to talk about my blind buys recently. Now, for people who are new, because this is LuuLuu's world and this isn't, you know, my old my main channel, I am a blind buyer. I try to sample things, but really, if I see something and I say I like the notes, I snatch it and we'll talk about it later. So here we are here. Now, this is actually volume 16 that I'm doing, but we're not going to call it that. I don't know. It's the good, the bad, and the mad, you know, on a new channel. I don't know. But anyway, we always start with the bad. So let's start there. Now, this is also for the new people. I don't make apologies or excuses or explain myself. These are bad to me. You know, when you're here to hear what I think. Now, if you like something, oh well, keep liking it. But don't sit up here and get in your feelings about a damn fragrance. So that's what we're going to say right away for the people who are new. Because other people know who I am. So we're not going to have that conversation. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with the bad. This is Molinard's Cure, which is leather. And I like a good leather fragrance. Unfortunately, this is not it. Let me tell y'all what's wrong with it. It's leather. But it smells like, I want to say, I'm going to scoot back. The reason why I'm scooting back, because I'm trying to see, because when YouTube uploads, it like pulls the video in closer than I was when I was actually doing. So I'm trying to sit a little further back. That's why people sit further back, because it actually pulls you in closer. So let's try this. Okay, I know y'all didn't want to know that. But anyway, let's talk about leather. Now, I like a good leather fragrance. But this smells like old leather, not good old leather, you know, because there's a good thing about an old leather. But this is like that cheap leather that you really don't want, but somebody gave it to you, like that cheap leather jacket that somebody gifted you. And then really somebody close, like your auntie and stuff. So you know that she's going to see it. So every once in a while, you got to pull it out when you know she's going to be around, but you really don't like it. That's what this is. Yeah. This is like, no. No. I'm trying not to say as many no's because I'm good to say, I say a whole lot of no's. All right, here's the next one. Now, these aren't bad fragrances. I'm just not going to wear them, and I'm going to tell you why. This is Ted Lapidus Oud Noir. Now, I'm going back and forth with this one. I'm going to keep it for a little bit longer. The reason why I wanted it, because it was a oud with no rose. And I'm on this oud no rose kick. I'm trying to, you know, I like to have something that's a little different. So this was different, but not in a good way. The problem with it is that when I spray it on, when I spray it on, it's got this blast of medicinal. I don't know what that's about, but it really doesn't smell good on me. Now, I am not the best layerer, so I said I'm gonna hold it and try to layer it, because as it dries down, it gets better. It gets a little sweeter, but in the beginning, whoo, child, this is rough. Now, this is Chopard's Black Incense Malachi, because, you know, for the people, y'all know I love Malachis. Okay. Saw the notes. Now, someone told me this was going to be too masculine for me, and they were absolutely right. I like it. It's a beautiful scent. This is absolutely going to be a Christmas present for somebody. But it's just not, because I could see it. Ooh, it's going to smell good on a guy. So it's either, I think son-in-law is going to get this one, because I got it on a really good deal. It was a tester bottle. This thing is going for a lot more than I paid for. And the bottle is big. It was thick. Ooh, I was about to say it all wrong. Did y'all hear that coming? I'm going to leave that there to my people that like those type of comments. Because I'm about to say it was big, black, and thick. But anyway, it's a heavy glass. It's a beautiful bottle. But it just, yeah, it didn't work for me. Now, I have a couple of mehs right now. So we'll talk about those. This is another Molinar, and the Molinars that I have, I only have one, right? I probably do. Okay, this is Chypre Charnel. It's not a bad fragrance. I'm gonna keep it because maybe I'll like it in the spring or something. But it's kind of like kind of soapy. Let me smell this again, y'all, because I've worn it a few times. I should have put some notes down. Yeah, it's a nice fragrance. It's kind of got that Chypre vibe. I don't know how to say that shit. And don't tell me how to, because I never say it right anyway. It smells good, and on me it's okay. But it's something about it that as it's on, it's okay. It's one of those things that I could see wearing to, like, if you wanted to wear something inoffensive someplace, like you want to wear something but you don't want to offend anybody but you still want to smell good. This is one of those. It's very inoffensive. It's kind of musky, got that oak moss vibe, so it's kind of woody, musky, so it's really nice. It's just nothing that I'm gonna be like, oh my god, that I want, like I'm dying to wear. So I'm gonna play with this again because I might like it more in the spring and summer when it's a little bit warmer outside, because I vibe a little more laid back and fresh a lot. In the wintertime, in the fall and winter, I want deep, dark, mysterious, sexy, you know, I want all of that. Now I'm gonna say this one is a meh, not because it doesn't smell good, but I just don't like the price. So this is Moresque Diadema. These little bottles are over $200. This is a 50 ml. So my problem is not the scent. It's a beautiful cherry caramel. It is in my cherry video. I will put the cards up there. But the pricing of it is, now I didn't pay that much. So the price I paid, I'm okay with. But if I wouldn't say anybody buy it at near to retail, because I just don't think you can get like you can get Rihanna's cherry on top, and it's very similar because they both have that cherry caramel vibe. This one is just a deeper, richer cherry caramel, where has a little suede in it, so it gives a little toughness. But anyway, like it, but like I said, it's like no. I only say that because I feel like it's not something that I would say purchase at the price that it is. If it was a little bit cheaper, yeah, it would be okay. Yeah, going to get it. But at that price, no. All right, next up is Room 1015's Cherry Punk. Now, I have been wanting this fragrance. I'm wanting this fragrance. It is a cherry leather fragrance. I like it, but I'm not in love with it to the point that I want to get a full bottle. So I'm glad I bought the travel spray, because I was planning on buying the full bottle. Luckily, I did not. So I have this, and I'm cool with just having this. So yeah, this is Cherry Punk. Very nice fragrance. Just not, it's just okay. It's a nice cherry leather. I'm not like, oh my God, I have to have it. Oh my God, I have to wear it. Oh my God. The cherry is there. It's not a super strong scent, but the cherry is beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie, the cherry is beautiful. Ooh, it smells even better now. But it's very much a cherry leather fragrance, and I like Black Perfecto a little bit better. So that's why this is just a meh. It's, like I said, it's really nice. It's just a meh for me. All right, next up is this one. I'm running through these, okay. This is Floris's Honey Oud. Now, I bought this because I'm planning on doing a honey oud fragrance collection, right? You know, the battle of the honey ouds. I remembered I got 3 of them. So I needed this one because this is like one I'm always hearing about. Floris' honey oud, Floris' honey oud. I'm not going to go totally into it, but I'm going to say it's a meh for me only because it leans a little bit too masculine for me. There's some other things about it, but that's all I'm going to say now because it is going to go into my good, the bad. I mean, it is going to be, it is in the good, the bad, and the meh, right? It's going to be in my honey oud video that's coming up soon. So that's that one. So this is Floris' honey oud. All right, so those are my mess. Let's get into some good stuff, y'all. I got some good ones here. I got some good ones. But first, I'm going to start with this one because this kind of borders on meh and good. This is Arij Al Shayla by Swiss Arabian. First off, let's take a look at this beautiful bottle. This bottle is stunningly gaudy, but not too much. It's a little gaudy, but it's not too gaudy. Look at the top, y'all. Now, the reason why I say this is on the border of meh and good is because this one smells delicious. It is a spicy kind of oudy rose, right? But it does smell like something I have. It smells similar to something I already have. So that's why it's kind of like, because well, I haven't posted it up, but there's another video that I'm going to talk about this in, I think. Yes. And you'll see. So that's why. So the thing is with this is that it smells like some other things I have because I do like a nice edgy kind of rose. And this is an edgy rose. So it's good. If you're looking for edgy rose, this is really tasty. It's very good. But it's just isn't, I didn't need it. Honestly, I didn't. Am I going to keep it? Probably so. The one thing I will say about this one, it has a fruity note because it has raspberry in it. So it does give it a touch different than some of the ones I have. So it's a little fruitier. It's a little sweeter on the top end. But yeah, this is Arij Al Shayla. I went on and on. You gonna leave a comment? Don't be that person. Go and leave a comment. Tell me what fragrances you've been buying lately. Just say, hey, how about this? So I can see if you've been listening to me and following directions. Can you leave a purple heart emoji? I know that you for real be listening to me. All right. All right, the first one, now this is a gift, and I did spray it, so I ain't gonna lie. And the reason why I sprayed it because it wasn't sealed, so I felt like, I should spray it, right? So this is Sean Crenshaw's Ovation for Men. This is a Black-owned brand. He's out of Atlanta, I think. Y'all, if you're looking for a fragrance for a man in your life, this is a really nice, it's kind of fresh, kind of, it's a fragrance that they can wear everywhere. And I saw the video for this, like their video thing for it's called it's timeless because it says every man deserves an ovation. The video is just so good. And then on top of it, the fragrance is really nice. And the price is good. It's a 50 ml. It's a really good price. It's not too expensive. It's like under 100 at that sweet spot. That if this is you need to get a present, this will be such a good present. And think about it, you give this to the men in your life, and no one's gonna know about this hardly. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have to worry about the average Joe smelling like them because they ain't even gonna know about Ovation for Men. So when you give it to them, you're giving them something that's got them what? SOTM on the MHs, stunting on the male hoes. That's what they're gonna be doing, stunting on the male hoes. Well, hoes are hoes, so they're gonna stunt on the hoes with this one. Now this one is a quirky little thing that I got, so I'm going to talk about this one first. This is a quirky little one I got, and this is an MCM, but it's called Gold. And now this is an old fragrance. I know MCM has become popular again, So they have a new fragrance where they have the packaging was the classic MCM backpack that everybody had. I didn't have it because I really this kind of stuff where it has like this kind of like signature stuff I've never really been into. So I bought it only because I needed to get to free shipping on FragranceNet. And I had seen it and it sounded pretty good. Damn, this shit is good. First off, the atomizer is really tiny. We're not going to discuss tiny atomizers, tiny spritzers. We're not going to discuss that. But this is so, it's kind of, you could tell that this is an older fragrance because it vibes like an older fragrance. But it's got this kind of spicy, floral, very strong, very prominent, very beautiful. I was so surprised because it was only like $15 or something like that. So I really didn't, it really wasn't breaking the bank. It was under 20. And the bottle is hideous to me. This is just bad quality. Look at the back of this. They could have done better than this. They could have done better than this. But it's actually beautiful. It lasts long on the skin. It's very strong, honey. Do not overspray this too much. Do a light overspray, not too much though, because it is strong. It has a classic kind of it's a kind of vintagey vibe, you know, like 90s and everything. It has a like late 80s, 90s scent, but I love it. I'm here for it because it's a strong floral, and as it dries down, the floral gets really prominent. Because in the beginning, it's kind of like a little more fruity. It's got a little amber and it's very sweet. It's really well done, especially at this price point. I might have to put this on my, you know, to buy for my Christmas buying list or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Ooh, let me drink some of this. Do y'all drink the Wendy's strawberry lemonade? The Wendy's strawberry lemonade is so good. If you never had it, you better get it. Because this right here is tasty. Not too sweet. Just enough. I always got enough strawberry flavor in it. I know it's fake, but who cares? It's still good. All right, next up is this one. This is another Moresque. This is Alma Pure. Now these, I have two more from this. This is from the Secret Collection. The pricing on these is so much better. You're getting 75 mils. I think these are more worth the price. This is so good. This is got the champagne accord. So it's got a fizziness to it, but it's fruity. It's got a fruit in it. It's fizzy. It's got a little florals. This is so pretty. This is not for this time of year though, because it's a little lighter. Definitely for spring, definitely for summer. This is a very bright and happy, you know, and just very bright, happy, elegant fragrance. So yeah, this is so good, so good. All right, next up are these two. No, let's do this one. Next, we're gonna do this one, which is about Oud Noir, but this one is good. This is Oud Blanc by Ted Lapidus. It has this peach note on top. Oh man, it is so pretty. This is so pretty. I've worn this a few times. I'm loving it. It has like this really prominent peach note in the beginning, but then it has the oud in it. And some reason this all works together. So it's got the florals that you need in a good oud. It's got this peachy, fruity vibe going on. It's so interesting fragrance. I really enjoyed it. I was wearing it for a few days. I had to stop myself because you know how you get new stuff and then you got the shiny pretty takes over. I'm sorry, I always feel like I'm a little off balance. But this is so good, y'all. And it's really inexpensive. And it's a really stunning bottle. Look at this bottle. But the peach is just right because peach doesn't always do well on my skin. But in this one, the peach is just right. Do y'all see all these lights beaming in my glasses? Okay, so anyway, Oud Blanc by Ted Lapidus. I've been trying to hook y'all up on some very inexpensive, really good shit. This is one of them. All right. Now let's get into some vanillas because, of course, I kind of got caught up on La Maison de la Vanille. I'm trying, excuse me. I'm trying not to buy more of them because I'm kind of like vibing on them. But let me just go into these. This is La Maison de Vanille. This is Vanille Fleury de Tahiti. These are EDTs, but for some reason they last on me. I know I've heard people saying they don't last, but on me, for some reason, they do last, especially my Divine de Tropique. But this one smells so good. The thing with these is that they are vanilla, so the vanilla is the star, but the vanillas are so smooth and so pretty, and they're not like your standard alcohol-based vanillas that have this kind of like sharpness to them. These are smooth, baby. Let me just tell you, one of my students said when I was wearing this that I smelled like a cookie. He's like, Miss Calumet, you smell like a cookie. So if you want to, I'm just letting you know, you're going to smell like a cookie wearing this. And I had this on for a few hours when he told me that, because I put it on before I leave for work. So that's around 7. I don't get to that class till 10:30, so it had been on for about 3.5 hours, and it was still strong. It was still doing its thing. And like I said, when I was close to him, he was like, man, you smell so sweet and good. So that came from the mouth of the babe, and we'll take that one. Because some of these kids be saying crazy things to me, so they don't have refined taste like us. Anyway, and here's my next one. This is Blue Oyai Vanille Mougette. I read the notes, and y'all know I'm kind of in this powdery, violety vibe, and this right here gave it to me. Ooh, this is so nice. It's vanilla, but it's got this like irisy violet mougette, because mougette is violet. So it's kind of got this, not candy violet, but vanilla violet, and it's powdery, and it's beautiful, and it's very elegant. And it's one of those things, this is one of those fragrances that you would definitely wear, like, you know, to brunch. This is like one of those things when you're going to see granny and the aunties and everything, because they're gonna vibe with you. Especially, let me give y'all some game. This is perfect if you are dating somebody and you're gonna meet like the mama, the aunties. If you're going to one of the family events where the older ladies are gonna be there, they're going to love you wearing this, because this is going to vibe with them. But it still has a modernness. It still has a modern edge to it. It doesn't smell too old lady, because I'm not saying it's old lady, but I'm saying that it vibes like that. So they'll be like, oh, she smells so good and so classy. You know, they'll be giving them the classy vibe, so that when they meet you, they'll be like, look at that pretty girl that he brought here. They brought this pretty girl in here smelling all good, smelling all classy. We like her. You know, when you're trying to make that good impression, this is a really good impression fragrance. I'm just trying to help give you a little game. Now, I have been on this Attar kick. It started out with me getting Hayati. I know everybody doesn't like it as much as I do, but I like Hayati. Then I got the Queen of Sheba. Then I saw the notes for Caltat Night, and baby, Caltat Night took me away. So then I saw some other ones, and I felt the need to get those because they were good deals. You know, when as a good deal comes, you gotta snatch it. So I bought all these as tester bottles. So this is Crystal Love for Her. This is one of those almost slightly smells like a root beerish, you know what I'm saying? But it's so sweet, it's so nice. It's like a gourmand, because it's got those like caramely, vanilla, kind of praline-ish kind of vibe. It's really sexy. It's sexy in this sweet girl, you know, like that flirty, sexy vibe. You know, when you're smelling sweet, like almost like candy, but sexy candy. Not that candy that you get to kids, but only the candies for the adults. Ooh, I've been going to this whole video. I apologize to my more mild-mannered people. All right, next up that I got was this one. This is Al Rayhan. Now, this is definitely a fragrance for the summer. When I was reading it, it had notes like, I think, passion fruit mango. It's got fruity notes. but what I get is the citrus. It's got citrus in it. So it's a really citrus vibe on me, but it's kind of like almost like a tropical drink with that citrus in it. You know how you make a fruity drink, but you want to bring it down some, so you throw some citrus in it, like some lemon or a little lime. That's kind of how it vibes for me. Let me spray this again. Yeah, so I get it, but it has kind of almost this soapy vibe, like, you know, really good hair shampoo, but not. So it kind of comes off like that, but it's not to the point that you're like, oh, I don't want to wear it. So it kind of gives you that good hair shampoo vibe, but not to the extent that you go, oh no, I don't want to wear this. So I want to see it in the summertime, because this is definitely, but look at this bottle. Let's just talk about that bottle. So this is definitely a summertime fragrance, because I feel like this will really shine and sparkle in the summertime, because it has that citrus zing to it. But the citrus zing isn't so much like light blue or anything. It's got a little sophistication to it. And the fruit are there, but they just kind of like a fruit salad. So here's Al Rayhan. This is being put away for the springtime. It's going in my spring and summer fragrances to pull out. This one now, I bought this one because, man, I was going back and forth with this one and Al Rayhan when I purchased it, but I felt like this one I didn't see as often, so I waited on this one, and I'm glad I did, because I got a much better deal. Because I don't know what was going on, but Fragrance that had these babies for $45, so I bought it. This is Musk Cashmere. Now this is a beautiful everyday fragrance. It has gardenia in it, and it has some spices in it. It's musky. So it's a really pretty floral musk. It's not anything that you would write home about. It's not like it's going to like, it's not like it's going to overpower. It's just this beautiful, powdery, musky, gorgeous fragrance. And I like it because the gardenia is there, so it's got this beautiful floral, but the floral is not too intimidating, and the musk is just perfect. And then the spices give it just a little something, so it's not just plain Jane musky floral. So it's got a little spiciness to it. This is something that I will wear every day. This is definitely an easy reach. This is something that you could just put on, and you know when you walk out the door, you're going to smell light, you're going to smell refreshing. You're going to be that person, because these are strong. So you're going to be that person when you walk by. People are going to be like, wow, she smells really pretty. They're not going to be like overwhelmed, but you're going to float by like this beautiful, pretty fragrance. It is definitely leans more feminine. I couldn't see a man wearing this because of the floral musky vibe to it, but on a woman, this is going to smell just understated elegance, and that's Musk Cashmere. Okay, I'm looking around to make sure that I haven't missed anything, because we know I am good for missing some shit and then having to do some editing LuuLuu bullshit. But I think I hit everything, all of my blind buys right now. I have no more. I'm proud of myself. That is it for now. Okay. So after saying I looked through and I made sure I did all these for the good, the bad, and the meh, I happened to look over at my list for my blind buys, and I missed, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's talk about these. Notice I changed my lipstick because I was doing another video. So I finished the video, and then I came back and said, bitch, you forgot all about these. Okay, so let's get started. This is a meh, because this is Javoy's Pavilion Rouge. This is an amber fragrance. Now let me say, I'm not sure if I really like it. I've talked about it. It is a rich amber, but I still don't know if I really like it. So I'm going back and forth with it. I might sell it or gift it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, because I'm just not feeling it. And it's kind of fleeting. I think part of the problem is I haven't really, it hasn't stayed on my skin long enough for me to really decide if I like it. So I'm going to try it some more, but right now it's a meh. It's a for real meh. Okay. That's that. Now the other ones are all goods. So let's get started. This is, which I was talking about earlier, Guerlain's Little Black, this is Guerlain's La Petite Black. Let's try that again. This is Guerlain's La Petite Robe Noire Black Perfecto. Woo-wee, this is good, y'all. This is a cherry almond leather fragrance. I adore it. I see what the hype is about it. I didn't want it, but because I was working on my cherry fragrances, I said you can't do cherries without having at least one of the having this in there. And oh, it is everything. It is very in your face. It's stunning. It's if you like cherry almond and you want a little twist to it, a little leather, you need to get La Petite Robe Noire Black Perfecto. It is very in your face. It's very, it's kind of flirtatious though. I ain't even gonna lie, because it's so cherried up and sexy. Yeah, this is, that's it. Now this is Ramon Monagal's Mon Bloom. I've showed this a few times on other things, but this is such a stunning, I did this in the Oud No Rose. So this is a stunning oud, a white floral oud. It's got tuberose, it's got jasmine, little neroli. This is so beautiful. It's very stunning. The tuberose is very creamy. The tuberose is very strong. You get the jasmine a little bit, but it really is an oud with no rose. So the oud is there. It's not too much. It's, you know, you get the oud, but it doesn't overpower these beautiful florals. So that's oud no rose. This is Ramon Monagal's Mon Bloom. I'm trying to say this real quick because I feel like I don't want to make this super long. Now this one, I had kind of slept on it because I actually tried this long time ago and I wasn't there yet. I wasn't there. I wasn't featuring this kind of fragrance, but now I am. So this is Oud Ambroisie by Maison Lancôme. This is rose. This is a honeyed rose oud, and that's exactly what it is. It's kind of syrupy sweet from the honey, but yet it still has the stunningness of the rose and the oud. Maison Lancôme, these that they were doing are beautiful. I love the Maison Lancôme line. I am a fan of it. There's a few more I wish I had got now. I'm on the hunt for them because I just really do enjoy most of the fragrance from it. This definitely is very glamorous because it does that honeyed rose, so it sweetens it up and it gives it this heaviness to it. Very posh, very elegant. This is definitely a wintertime fragrance. This is not something you should wear in the summertime because that honey is so syrupy sweet that you'll overpower yourself and others. This definitely has an extravagance to it that makes it just something that when you're wearing it, it just envelopes you and you smell beautiful. So this is Oud Ambroisie, definitely a good. All right, thanks for watching. As always, I do appreciate every view. As you know, as I always say, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.